All right. We're back. Episode 2, long awaited episode 2. Unfortunately, we were late. We usually do it on Friday, and we were late because of scheduling issues. I don't want to shove anyone under the bus, so I'm not going to say exactly what went on, but we're here today, and we have a brand new guest with us for the first time, Brad. Brad Federer, what's up, man?
Honored to be here. Honored to be here. Anything to do with exec softball, everyone knows I'm a little passionate, so I love other people that are passionate about this. And I told you in person, I said, if this helps anyone enjoy the league more or grow the league or promote the league, I'm all down for it.
And back again, radio voice himself, Mitch Fogel. What's up?
I'm happy I got reinvited. I didn't know if it was a one-time shot, but it seems like maybe it's not. But I'll have to keep up the performance, I guess.
Well, we're definitely happy to have you. We had a great first episode with you. We had a great first episode with Shiv, and I anticipate nothing but a great first episode for Brad over here. We only had 2 games this week. Fortunately, we thought that the Tuesday game was going to get rained out. It ended up being played, and then Thursday, the same exact scenario, but they canceled before noon. What went on there?
I think they look at the forecast and it rained a lot. They thought it was going to rain again, so they stopped it. That's really what I thought happened.
Gorgeous out. It was beautiful. Like perfect softball weather. No, Brad?
It got nice, but a little exaggeration. They canceled at noon. Like the call came at like 4:10 p.m. It had rained pretty hard, and yeah, the field would have been probably ready for 8:30. But remember, those guys have to prep it and stuff, so it sucks.
Yeah.
Radar sucks, but I've had so many that I'm numb to them. But I know some people are very upset about radar.
Or people are very upset, especially today. Côte St. Luc, Kerwin Park, Hampstead League was canceled. Kerwin was canceled today. Why? I ask. And I'm told because of damage from yesterday's rainfall, or the field is in bad condition because of yesterday's rainfall. Like,
yeah, I don't know why they didn't do something when they redid the field, but lucky we don't have to worry about that.
That's what I'm asking. Didn't they just put a huge renovation into it?
Yeah.
Nothing to do with the actual field, so just a lot of fences.
Just the fences and the chalet. That's it. No field was done. Nothing.
Oh, I think they put the dugouts outside now. No,
yeah, that's a bit ridiculous.
I haven't been to Kerwin, so
that's a bit ridiculous. Yes, it's safe, but you have to like walk 2 miles to get to go at bat. You know, like it's ridiculous. There's no openings or anything. I've never seen anything like that. You're like,
at least we don't play there. One good thing about Exec, right?
One good thing about it would be a joke if we played there. I'm gonna get later onto what would happen. Maybe we'll see. There was a controversial play this week in one of the games. Now, Brad, I know you umped one game with, was it you, Fogel? Did you ump with them that game?
No. I was doing a game with Fuchs, I think. No, I did a game with Fuchs.
Was it? It was Shiv's game. It was FDI was playing against
yeah, it was me and Brad.
JB.
Yeah.
That was you and
Brad. Both of us.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you about your game in a minute because you guys.
Oh wait, I umped with Fogel. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I said. So I was right from the beginning. Okay, I got my. I'm good here. So I was umping on the other field with Mitch White, and there was a little bit of a play that caused concern. Now subbing David Plotkin argued a call that was made by the umpire, and after speaking with Brad this week, umpires got to get the call right. So what do I do after I made the call? And I was pretty, like, I would say 99.9% sure my call was right. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get this right. What do? I call Brad Federer, knowing that Shiv is playing, not knowing that you're umping. Brad answers the phone, goes, Yoni, I'm umping. I'm like, Brad, listen, I just have a question about a call. So, okay, what is it? And I told him the call right away. He agreed with me. Plotkin still protested. Brad, can you tell us about the play?
Well, I didn't see the play, so I'm just going on hearsay. But what happened is he said that a ball from a batter hit a runner. From all my experiences playing and seeing that, the runner is considered out. The batter gets a single. He goes to first base. No one else could advance. Runners have to go back.
Okay.
There are some strange, unusual plays like we've spoken about where if the ball goes through a fielder's legs and then hits the runner, well, that's fair play. Mm-hmm. I don't know exactly what happened. All I heard it was a smash up the middle, hit Wayne. I would have made the same call as you. Plotkin says there was no fielder around. I
That's
guess
what makes it, but that's what makes it an out. If there was a fielder around, that's what he could possibly be safe. If the fielder whiffed on the ball and it hits him, then he's safe. You know, he's not out. He can still run. It's a live ball.
Yeah, the
The
fielder was
problem is that
behind.
there was nobody there. It was Wayne on second.
So-
Ball was smashed up the middle. Wayne ran off the bag. Nobody in sight. Guaranteed single, maybe exec double. And it hit Wayne. The thing is, there was no fielder in sight. If there was a fielder and he whiffed on it, then it would be in fair play. He'd be right. So I think he just misinterpreted the rule just a little bit.
I think from what I heard, I think you guys got the call right, and I think a couple other guys that I respect their baseball opinion agreed. Hey, listen, I love those things. I love hearing feedback. So if someone else has a different interpretation, I'd love to hear it. But from what I heard and what I understand, I think you guys got the call right.
Thank you. FDI Bears. They're doing quite well lately. They're on a tear, just like last week. Both Shiv and Fogel put them number 2 on the power rankings.
Fogel very high on FDI. Very high on FDI.
They put another 22 spot up. They put another 20+ point game but granted, it was against JB Consulting. Now, is it their offense or is it JB's defense? What's going on here?
I'm trying to remember that game. Yeah, go first, Fogel, because you seem to remember it more.
That game, the ball was getting smashed on both sides. There weren't really that many errors. I think Brad and I agreed in the first half of the inning, should maybe made a strategy error in fielding, but for the most part, the ball was just sort of getting smashed. Maybe a couple errors here and there, but it was definitely a barn burner. I think Shiv was up 12-4 or something, and then they came back, and it was back and forth, but the ball was just getting smashed.
We can't really say there was any walks, really. I think one person walked 3 times. Lozoff, I think, walked 3 times. Besides that, there were no other walks. So is pitching a factor here?
I mean, JB seems to have to put up 20 to win, so they're definitely have to figure something out because it's hard to put up 20 every game. So, I mean, I think the runs for off memory is like 16 on average, and runs against is 15 or something like that. So it's a tough way to win, knowing you have to put up 15, 16, 17 runs every game.
Yeah.
That team is I've played them twice now. They don't play my style. I like to play games that are an hour and a half, low scoring, play defense. They like to smash. I think I played one game against them 18-15. The other one maybe like 12 something. They score a lot of runs. You have to score a lot of runs. You have to have the mentality that, listen, I think one team was down 5 runs, like she was saying, and then the other team was down 8 runs. And listen, both teams came back and made it a close enough game where it came down to the end. But yeah, that's an exhausting team to play. Their top of the line is very good, and Shiv's team is young and fast, and like it's been spoken about a couple of times. You know, singles turn into men on first and third, and
were these singles? Because Fogel's saying they're smashing. And if you ask me, when I look at the list of teams, now this isn't a knock against them at all, because I think Shiv drafted it like this, but I think they're the least powerful team in the league, the fastest team in the league, but the least powerful team. It's not a knock on them because he put his team speed. He wanted speed.
I think when I said smash, the ball was just getting hit hard. Like I don't think there were that many extra base hits. I mean, I think there were a few, but the ball was getting hit hard. Like Jordan Benzer figured out to go both ways this year. I've seen him do it consistently, whereas before I would just play him up the middle, and at second base, no, he was sort of coming to me. But now he's a lot more unpredictable with that speed. It's a big help. But they were hitting the ball hard, not really.
Listen, when your team is getting 6 at bats a game, you're not supposed to lose. Like that. It's simple as that. I think everyone got 6 at bats at least.
They almost did. I think it came down to. I'm right. I think Logan White had a big hit for them, subbing for them in one of the later innings, and there was listen, JB. I'm telling you, exhausting team.
Wow. So we heard last week. We heard Fogel's and Shiv's power ranking. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that.
It's early.
It's a quarter season. That's what we do.
Unfortunately, I'm 3 games. I was injured. I played 4, so I haven't seen enough of everyone to really give. But off the top of my head, the team that hasn't lost, I guess they have to go first. Listen, I haven't. I'm trying to think. Have I seen them live? Maybe I saw them play once.
Yeah, I think you upped one of our games. That was it.
after that, listen, like I got my issues on my team, my stresses, my weaknesses. I think everyone else at this point has to say they have some stress and weaknesses too. So 2-8 is just a real crapshoot. Listen, it's 4-8. I really don't know, but the two teams that I just don't want to play, and I don't like how they play because they score a lot of runs, is the Truckers and this JB consulting team. I would say those are 2-3 right now in my books.
All right. We're gonna change topics here just for a bit. Couple like a week or two ago, Logan Frankel was suspended. I'd like to know, do any of you know how does it work behind the scenes for the committee, the discipline committee? I just want to know how it works behind the scenes. How does that go? What gets a 2-gamer? What gets a 3-gamer? What gets a 10-gamer?
Like I was at
Mitch, have you ever been suspended? Have you ever been suspended?
I think both of us on this. I think both of us on this podcast have been suspended. I was suspended once. I think just once.
How many games did you get?
2 or something. I don't, something like that.
And you
2 or 3. I don't remember. Something like that.
Okay, so how does it work? How does the suspension work?
Well, I think now it's different. So now there's this committee. I guess on my take, I think the committee is built of similar-minded people for the most part. So I think when you have a committee, if you want a real good committee that's well-rounded, you should have people who think more suspensions, people who think less. It seems like the committee was a bit created under the pretense of let's suspend. I was very surprised Logan Frankel got 3. I mean, after the game, I said 1. And I was at that game, and I was the one who tossed him.
I just have a question. I think it does say in the rules, and correct me if I'm wrong, that a threat gets minimum 2 to 3 games.
Yeah, so then I saw after the game that it was 2 to 3. So I said, okay, give him 2, and I'm not sure how he got 3. I think they were probably trying to make an example the first time going around, but I don't see the purpose of wanting to suspend people. We all play recreational ball. I don't think if you suspend someone 5 games, 2 games, or 10 games, that's really gonna make a difference. You may just piss the person off, and they won't want to play. So
yeah, but you know what? On just playing the devil's advocate here, on the other side, you want to come to the field and just play and have fun, and and I get it. It's very intense. It's a lot of fun, but like you want to go out there and have fun. So I mean,
I guess what makes it fun? Do you want a league of no fire, no?
I definitely I love fire. Don't get me wrong.
That's
love
the
fire.
question.
And there's fire before the line and there's fire after the line, right?
Yeah. And for sure, if you cross the line, I'm not saying you
don't get me wrong. I love fire, Mitch. I've never been happier than to be on PSB than I am right now. I got Mitch. Yeah. I got fire. I got.
Yeah, I mean, he deserved to be tossed. He deserved something. I mean, 3 games to me, like he's not going to play for 2 or 3 weeks with the rain out, and then we play once a week. It's been much for me. I mean, he said what he had to say. I don't think anyone was. I mean, he shouldn't have said it. It was wrong. I don't think really either Mal and us were too concerned for their lives, but he still deserved to be tossed. He still deserved to be suspended. But I don't know. To me, to not play for 3 weeks, I don't see what. To me, that's just not the spirit of what we're in. That's my opinion.
Yeah, what I think Logan did wrong was once you get tossed, starting to say all sorts of like personal shit and threatening people. From my experience, it's not the right thing to do, and it just adds on to the suspension. So I think that's why he got 3 instead of 1 or 2. Listen, he's a good player. He came into the league with a little bit of a rep of being a bit of a hothead, but like Vogel says, like I have no problem with that. Be passionate, be competitive. Man, I love Maui. Maui's my guy. But the second guy always gets caught, right? So Maui might have instigated it a little bit, and the second guy gets caught. So, listen, he got 3. If it's 2, hopefully he learned his lesson, and I hope he has a good rest of the year. And I like Art.
He's a great player.
You said like you love the fire on PSB. So like
But you don't have
I don't know,
illegal
like,
fire. Your fire is not illegal. Your fire is
yeah,
before the
yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, what I guess if you're on the disciplinary committee, what do you want? Do you want like when you cross the line, you cross the line, and there's definitely suspensions. I just don't see the purpose of suspending someone for 10 games unless unless there's an altercation, unless like because now I heard if Logan does something again, he's missing 4 to 6 games. So
Well,
like
we'll
if
go,
again,
we'll
if
go
he
like
throws if this
NHL
happens
style.
again to miss another 6 games,
Repeat
I don't know.
offender.
It's too much for me. We're here to play. I know some people say suspend more, kick people out. That's not how I feel. It's we're here. I don't think you learn any more by 10, 6, 4, or 2. But there definitely has to be something. But you know, I don't see the purpose of recreational ball. You're just going to piss people off, and you know, it's not like every year we have 300 people lining up to play. You know.
Yeah. All right. Okay, now we're going to get into a little bit more fun topic, okay? We're going to talk about players that are not in the league this year and how that would have affected the draft had they been.
That's a good one.
So this is we're going to start with I'm going to list you a couple of names and you could just tell me where they would be slotted in. If you want one at a time, I'll give you one at a time. If you want a few in a row, I can give you a few in a row. How do you want it?
Let's do one at a time, I think.
All right, Ackerflug. Where would he be playing right now?
Ackerflug, he would have gone to I think he would have gone to Gilbert.
Gelbart?
Over Boba. Yeah, that makes sense. I see. I think Josh hits a little bit more than Boba. Yeah, Josh had a lot of success in this league. So yeah, I think that's his floor at least. Listen, no, I don't know what Harrison would have done. Franco's a great player. He's an unbelievable hitter. I think Josh is maybe a better defender, and the relationship that Josh and Harrison have. I think Josh could have gone all the way up there, and yeah, I guess he got past Gelbar.
And I know I won't do this for every player because then it's just going to cause a chain reaction. But where would Bobot have gone?
Boba would have gone right after the cam.
To Maislin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
but
they needed their shortstop. I mean,
right.
there was no, you know, there was nothing. Rabin was the right choice, but I think Boba would have been their pick.
Where's Rosenbaum going?
Rosenbaum, I could have seen him going to Gelbart also instead of Max Morgan.
At second pick.
Yeah, I think he would have gone there. If not, Gal would have taken him. If not, Lauren would have taken him. So he was going somewhere there.
Gal with Lozoff and Hassan in the center fields. He would have taken Max Moore. He would have
he doesn't have Lozoff.
not Lozoff. Who does he have? Sorry, who's the center?
Well, he had Hassan Abiad before the draft.
Yeah.
So he was supposed to go center field there, and he pulled a bit of a twist at going Malley. So he was definitely looking center field there. I think he would have done Rosenbaum for sure if he got there. But I think he would have ended up at Gelbart.
Brad, Jeff Kovac.
Jeff Kovac. For fun, do you know what Jeff Kovac hit last year? I know he was playing left field.
Maybe
He
400.
struggled a little bit last year.
Left fielder that bats 400. What tier are we in?
Probably around 4, 5, 4.
Four sounds really high. 5, I don't know. I like all the kids in the 5. 5 is like Moman and Logan White, right? Like I take the upside on those guys. I would say that more that late 5, 6 turn. I would say, but I take guys over Tony. There's a bunch of guys I take over him, so I wouldn't take him higher than 6.
He would have dropped a little bit this year.
Yeah, I think he would have gone somewhere in the 6.
Somewhere in 6.
Yeah.
What about Sean Timsit? Let's assuming he's not captaining. Assuming he's not captaining.
He's not captaining.
That changes everything. Okay, he's not captaining. He came back to the league, and he's not captaining.
That's an interesting one.
It's a tough one because the reason he was slotted where he was slotted is because he was captain.
Yeah, there was lack of shortstops.
They moved him down a bit. I think in the last couple of years he had got.
It was a 4 last year. Yeah.
Was he? Yeah.
Last year was a 4. Yeah.
Okay.
So what? Someone that's not playing shortstop right now plays somewhere else.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Jared would have taken. But if we want to eliminate Jared,
Jared has a pretty good shortstop this year. Someone's been playing pretty well.
yeah,
I heard.
Oh,
he has
yeah.
been. He's been. He's
Alright.
good potential draft steal on the board. But I mean, I don't think I'm last pick at 4, and they took me, you know, maybe a few picks early just because of of everything. So that's why I could have seen that happening there. But
Truth is,
where
Mitch, I don't think you would have made it in 5. They wouldn't have made it. They wouldn't have got you on the way back.
no, I don't think I would have gotten there. But
So it's not too early. If they're looking to get somebody, they look to get him whenever he's available, right?
I know Sean's
I
a
mean,
tough one.
Coach St. Luke took their guy every time he was available, right?
I mean, I think you would have ended up with Jared. If not, then where would he have gone? I'm looking here. I mean, we're assuming no one else knew in the draft.
Yeah.
Well, like we said, Maitland's team could always end up taking him and then moving Rich somewhere else. Rich last year in the playoffs was like that team's joker. Whenever I looked up, someone hit a hard ball, they hit it to Rich, no matter where he was. He was playing second, short, third, right, center. So Maitland could always use some depth there and use Rich as a guy, to move around. So I don't think Sean would have been worse than a 5.
Okay. We're gonna move on. Okay, this is a topic called Exec League Hall of Fame list. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna name you players, and I'm not gonna take the obvious ones. I'm gonna name you players. You're gonna tell me, are they first ballot Hall of Famers, second ballot Exec Hall of Famers, or they still got something to prove. Okay.
I like it.
We're gonna start with Michael Yaron.
Well,
I think
He's been in the league as long as anybody, right?
You know what?
Yeah, more than me.
Maybe he can get a commissioner's entrance into the.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. I mean, he plays catcher. I don't know where he played 10 years ago. If he played first base or catcher, it's hard. He's definitely a premier hitter, and he's still proving it today. But are you a Hall of Famer if you could only hit and you're sort of playing catcher or first base? Yes, that's an exact. It's hard.
I'm actually going to take the opposite way because I'm old enough to remember being in this league and watching Yaron play the outfield. So I'm going to say, listen, he shouldn't get hurt because he played for so long. Like if he had stopped when Yaron was a 1, right? So if he's like one of those guys, I'm a 1 and I stopped playing. He came all the way down the ladder. Yeah, now we know him as an 11, good at hitting 11. I just told Fogel the other day how well he's hitting this year. So yeah, give credit to Yaron. Put him in the Hall of Fame. Clutch hitter, man. He saw him hit one over T3 fence.
This year, he did it this year. I watched him. I was
against me. I saw it live.
He's been hitting the ball very hard.
Live.
He can only take first, but he's been crushing the ball. I'm not even joking. He's been hitting.
Yeah, give Yaron his due. He's been a really good player in this league, and he's played a long time. And
now you see, you don't have to necessarily go for your defense to the Hall of Fame. You can go for his consistent offense. I think he stayed the same every year, never went down really. You
can convince me. Second
I would say second ballot. Brad, you have to say first or second. What?
I said Yaron's in. It's good. I'm happy.
First or second ballot?
Oh, first or second ballot. Oh, well, I don't know what it was. We're starting the Hall of Fame from scratch, I guess. So it's first ballot, man. That's one of the guys who's been in the league a long, long time, been successful, won a championship, definitely won some championships. So yeah, why not? First ballot.
Okay. Tony Ricci. I'm giving you tough ones, guys. I'm not giving the obvious. I'm not going to name the shivs and the best players in the league. I'm not going to do it. I want to hear your opinion on.
Tony is super clutch. He was a 1 for many years when I first started in this league. He's a 5 now. He can still play some shortstop. He can play everywhere in the infield. He's a gamer. I'm putting him in second ballot.
Yeah, I think second ballot. Listen, the only reason Tony might be a little underrated is he played short, but he was on a lot of teams where there was other shortstops, and then I think when he got his opportunity, he might have just been a little past the what would you say a shortstop's prime is when I don't know, most of the shortstops in the league are, I guess, a little youngish and athletic. Not to give any knocks away. He's a great second baseman. I played with him. I love playing with Tony. He's fiery. Yeah, second bout sounds good. Second bout sounds good. Another guy who's had a lot of success and played a long
When
time.
you need a big hit,
A lot
that's
of
one guy I
championships.
want.
A lot of championships. If success is championships, then Tony for sure should be in the Hall of Fame.
Bobby Crestall.
No. Not happening.
I'm gonna abstain because I never saw Bobby when he was actually good or supposedly good and hit a lot of home runs and RBIs, which he'll tell you about, and he remembers the stats and stuff. But I guess as one of the founders or builders or whatever, maybe he can go in. No, we can have a spot for Bobby.
And if he's not in there, there's definitely a spot for the jeans and red belt.
The jeans go in there. The jeans definitely go in there. The jeans definitely.
Steve Carletti.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, he's won one championship. I remember one. I think I don't think so. Hall of Famer. I think a very good player. He was the one for many years. You know, two for a while, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I think you got to do a little bit more than Carletti. We're talking like with the first two guys. You're talking about guys who've been playing in the league for like over 20 years and stuff, and put up. You know, I think Carletti's got to do a little bit more to be considered a Hall of Famer.
Okay. Steve White.
Steve White's like the guy who's like had like but another guy who's had like success for a short time. Hasn't been in the league probably what now 7-8 years he's been in the league. No, I think if we're setting the bar with these guys, you have to do it for like 20 years and put up massive numbers. If guys are doing it for 4 or 5 years, it's nice, but then we'd be putting everyone in the Hall of Fame. So I'm going to say no. Good pitcher. Good pitcher.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, 20 years is tough because not a lot of us have been in the league for that. But
well, you're going to play 20 years.
He could be in Coates and Luke. He could be in Coates and Luke
guys are going
softball
to
Hall
play
of
for
Fame.
20 years. So.
Yeah, I mean, he used to run the youth league.
Yeah, he could be in the Coates and Luke Hall of Fame, but Exec, he needs to do. He needs more, right?
2 more years.
Another couple championships should do it.
Yeah.
Last one, Lior Bensor.
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, same context as Steve. I think Steve had more success than Lior. I know Lior's won like 2 trophies over the 3 years, but he's only been in the league 3 years. I wouldn't put him in.
I think you might have mentioned the wrong Benzer, so I'm going to say pass. If anyone's going to have a Hall of Fame career, it's probably going to be Jordan. He started playing when he's 18, 19. Listen, if he just keeps getting better, Fogel says he's going both ways, 3 ways. That could be a guy who could be very good for a long time. So I would say Jordan has a better chance than Leo. Right. Love Lior too, another guy I played with. Love all these guys. A lot of the guys I played with, so I'm happy to see that they're considered on the scale, but no, not for me.
All right. We're going to get to our next topic. This is a topic I like to call Brad Federer's Stock Exchange. Now, why it's called Stock Exchange, you guys can use your imagination, or I can tell you, this is between the exchange between Brad and Ed Stock last year. It's just the title. Don't get any wrong ideas. It's really about rivalries. I want to know, who do teams get up to play? I want to know the rivalries in the league. Is it player rivalries, team rivalries? Give it to me. What's going on? What's a game that you need to watch, that people get up to watch?
For me personally,
is there something you like to play more than anyone else?
Off my head, listen. Regular season, it's very hard for me to get up. I'm not a regular season guy. Playoffs, well, regular season, if you piss me off during the game, I may get up. But like other than that, it's hard to get my adrenaline and being a maniac going. But in the playoffs, I've had a lot of good series with Hirsch. think I had a really good series with Shiv once. Yeah, playing Shiv's always fun, because we can talk a little trash and he takes it well and I take it well from him. So Persian Shiv. Gelbart and Yarn beat me in the regular season all the time. But I'll say either Hirsch or Shiv I like to play. I enjoy playing, I would say. Getting up in the playoffs, I get up for anyone, and like I said, in the regular season, I just come up to have fun and kick it there for 4 hours and talk shit with you guys.
Love it.
I mean, my favorite was when I wasn't on Jared's team for a couple of years. I definitely like to beat Jared and get under his skin. Now it was pretty easy for me. Brad was a witness to that a few times. Jared won't agree, but that was really my favorite. Now, I mean, look, every year there's usually something that ends up pissing me off at some point. So I mean, right now I don't know. At first, I thought there was a rivalry with Shiv, but I don't care anymore. And so I guess now maybe the rivalries with the Zerzer after the other game, but there's no one really that nothing really that I see someone on the other side I just really want to beat them type thing.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna get to another segment here of overperforming, underperforming, and they are who we thought they were. We're gonna start off with Ian Slep. Brad.
Overperforming. I don't know. Slep's my guy. Not to take credit, but I took Slep in the 9th round, and I've just seen him shoot up since then. I think he's got a great glove. He's got one of the best gloves, actually picking up the ball. I've done infield with him. I've watched his hands. He's got great hands. He seems to be hitting the ball much better than in previous years. Last couple of years, he seems to be hitting. He's turned into a bit of a leader. I disagree with a lot of the things. We sometimes disagree, me and him, when we're talking, but on the field, yes, that's my guy, overperforming.
I mean, he's hitting 667, so he's overperforming, but like a lot of people are, I don't know, the averages are a bit crazy, but so yeah, I'd agree.
We're gonna go with Jason Portnoy. Mitch.
Portnoy, I mean, look, he's hitting 600, he's pitching great. He's playing the ball well. I think his pitching is where it is. I think his hitting, he's overperforming. I don't, it's not gonna hit 600, but I saw it last year, and I said it to Brad and many people. He really figured out how to pitch. He mixes it up. I was very impressed last year with his pitching. I'm still impressed this year. Like, he's not going to hit 600. Like, let's be realistic. But I don't care if he does. Like, if he pitches like he does, then it gives us a chance every time.
Yeah, not to be redundant, but yeah, for sure, overperforming. I think we've said the word smashed in this podcast about 20 times, right? So every pitcher's getting smashed, whether it's the top tier, the middle tier, the under tier. The scores are, and listen, he's led you guys to lowest runs allowed, I'm sure, and definitely overperforming for one of the last pitchers taken.
JB defense.
It is what we thought it is. I think the whole combination. There's some I mentioned last week, maybe a couple picks I didn't expect, but I don't think they're going to give up 20 runs a game, but I'm not sure, maybe the 20 will become 13, 14, but I don't think the 20 is going to become like 7 or 8 consistently.
Yeah. Now that I've visualized and we've spoken about the game, Ian Fogel did do that game. I umped them. I saw them. There were plays to be made. They didn't make the plays. Underperforming. I think their defense, if they want to start, has got to go through Bobot, right? So if you hit the ball to Bobot a lot, they probably will have success. It's when you start hitting to the guys that are not Bobot and are not top defenders, but rather there for their bats. And hey, listen, if they get a defense, they'll be fucked. Underperforming, but if they fix that, they'll be cooking.
Yeah, they have a great offense. Okay, we're gonna switch it up here. We only have about 5 minutes left, 4.5 minutes. So we're gonna. I want to go to top fives, and then we're gonna go with predictions for the week. There are 8 games on tap for this week, so I'd like to hear you guys' predictions. So we're gonna start with top fives. I want you both to give me your top fives when I give you the topic. Okay, I'm gonna start with fastest players in the league. Try to put it in order. It doesn't have to be.
Jordan Benzer, Shane Goldstein, Cam, Jared.
You have one more.
Brad, do you think of someone else?
Jordan Moman, guy can fly.
Man, yeah.
Why do I feel like we're missing somebody? Should Salas be there?
No, I don't think he's in that category. But
Alex runs well, but are we talking about like the bases or home to first or?
What about Darren? He's been lightning out there, no?
yeah, but he's not.
Darren's a great base runner, but I don't know if he's as fast as the guys. Like, are we talking about just pure speed?
Who's going to turn more doubles into home runs? Who's going to turn the most doubles into home runs?
I mean, I think the guys we mentioned.
Triples into home runs.
Freak Jared, obviously.
I mean, maybe not my man until he gets more baseball, but I think the other guys for sure. I think they got speed. They know how to play.
Give me your top two-way players that can play both offense and defense.
So these are just ones?
There's more than ones. There's more than ones that can play offense and defense.
I'm going to say Darren. I'm not even that on part. I like to be unbiased, but are we talking about a guy who can hit and field at an elite level?
You want to make it harder? Try second round and up.
Second round and down. That's two-way player.
Give me.
I think Rozov figured out the hitting. He did something last year at playoffs. Also, I think he's up there.
Okay. I have a good one.
Stop.
He plays on my team. He plays on the team. Adam Talk. I guess they made him a 3 or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He's been playing like a fringe one. He's a great outfielder, and he's like a prototypical leadoff hitter. So yeah, give me my boy Talk, who hasn't really gone in any pub yet, but I think at the end of the year, guys, we'll see that he's a pretty productive player.
All right, we are going to go with give me top 3, top 4. Actually, this one you could do a top 5. Top 5 power hitters in the league. Power, most power. Well, we know
Buckman won.
Buckman won.
But that's the easy, right?
That's the
yeah.
easy. After that, it's tough.
Jared's in there. Jared, you got Buckman. Cam has got pop. Cam's got pop. Hassan's got pop.
I would have Cam 2. Cam hits moonshots. I would probably have Buckman 1, Cam 2, and I've seen Ryan Frankel hit some incredible balls. Randy Rose, if you're talking pure power.
Randy Rose can power it also.
Lots of guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of pop. There's a lot of pop in the league when you're playing with a rubber ball also, right?
Yeah.
Patty McGraw. Late round shout out to Patty McGraw. He's going to hit that fence one day if he hasn't already.
He did. He definitely did. I saw it. It was right there. So, guys, we have about a minute. We're going to go over games. Just say your winners and your losers, okay? We have coming up on Tuesday at 7, we have JB Consulting Mother Truckers. Brad.
I like that game. Give me the Truckers. I think this could be the Truckers' year. Give me the Truckers.
Flint and Timmy Zerzer.
I'm going to pray Flint.
I'm feeling the Zerzer. They're kind of due.
PSB, FDI. Big game.
Ooh, they loaded. Wow, I know Shiv's going to be up for that one. I know Fogel's going to be up for that one. We're talking about rivalries. Gun to the head. Give me Fogel to keep